Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Look what I got. As best friends, we have to drink our iced coffee together, and I just got my order from Starbucks. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog of The Summer of Broken Rules, my most anticipated summer read. I'm going to read the back to y'all once we get to a stopping point. I'm also going to tell y'all my thoughts of the first 30 pages. So yeah. Alright besties, so I'm going to read to y'all the back of the book. So it says, it's all fun and games until someone loses their heart. When Meredith Fox lost her sister Claire 18 months ago, she shut everyone out. But this summer, she's determined to join the world again. The annual family vacation to Martha's Vineyard seems like a perfect place to reconnect. Her extended family is gathering for a big summer wedding. And although Meredith is dateless after being unexpectedly dumped, she's excited to participate in the Fox family game of Assassin that will take place during the week of the wedding festivities. Claire always loved the game, and Meredith is determined to honor her legacy. Oh, that's so cute. And I think the assassin game's actually like a water gun fight game. I already heard that the vibes in this book were absolutely everything you need for the summer, so I'm extremely excited. And then it says, but when Meredith forms an alliance with a cute groomsman, she finds herself getting distracted. Meredith tries to focus on the game and win it for her sister, but she can't help falling for him. And as the game progresses, she realizes she's not only at risk of losing the game, but also her heart. I'm intrigued. So I'm going to tell y'all my thoughts on the first 20 pages because I've already read to page 20. I want to... Stop it! I'm already loving the vibes of this book because there is a scene on like page 5 and 6. They are driving down the highway or something, and they are riding in a Jeep. They open the sunroof thing and they put their heads out of the sunroof so that their hair can fly back and stuff. Icons. I love that for them. I love that for them. I'm loving it so much already. I'm going to read some more of it tonight, and I'm going to update y'all on my thoughts on it. And I think we already bumped into the guy. Like, she ran into somebody and she was like, sorry, and ran away. The scene that I'm currently at, they're like having a cookout. I love it so much already. I could tell it's going to be a 5-star read. Fit check. I'm killing the game right now. Fashion icon. Eli is already my favorite character. He saw this guy in town, right? He was walking into a bookstore, which means he's a reader, and whoever I date has to be a reader. Mood. I've never related harder. I just told you I love Eli, but Luli, y'all know I don't like bland characters, and she seemed very basic. I just found out that Luli and Meredith were like best friends, and when Claire died, Meredith was spending a lot of time with her boyfriend, but didn't want to talk to Luli. I don't like that. See, I'm starting to like Luli, and I'm starting not to like Meredith. Let me read this to y'all. I like to think she would have worked at Edgartown Books or a Bunch of Grapes bookstore in Vineyard Haven. Claire never went anywhere without a book, and she taught me to do the same. Hold on. I'm getting a little stressed out here, honey. She's reminding me a little bit too much of myself. I'm just reading this part where her Aunt Christine makes these like ice cream sandwiches with cookies. Yeah! I love that. I love that. I love the vibes going on at this party thing right now. You guys, we met the love interest. I'm living. I was right about my prediction, by the way. He was the guy that she like ran into on the ferry. The way she's talking about how her stomach swooped after seeing him grin at her. I'm having too much fun. All right, let me read the part to y'all. I am on chapter 3, page 33, and it says, he smiled. Is that okay? I didn't respond, instead turning away so that my body wasn't angled directly towards him. My stomach swooped, a feeling so unfamiliar and uneasy, because his grin was the type of imperfect, crooked grin that made you want to grin back. Yeah, and then we get to this part, and she was like, in his eyes, if you look past the dark bruise, they're straight out of one of the fantasy novels that Claire and I love so much. Let me read this to y'all. How old are you? I asked, crossing my arms over my chest. 19, Whit answered, crossing his too like we were at a standoff or something. Was he mimicking me? Yeah! So Sarah's thanking everybody that came to the party And she's like, but there's someone very special who wasn't able to make it. My cousin Claire. Her voice quavered and Michael took her hand, just like someone took mine. It's okay, Eli whispered. It's all right. I love Eli so much. All right, you guys, I just found out all of the rules for the water gun fight. I'm so excited. It said every summer we played a farm-wide game of assassin, where players use water guns to eliminate one another and become the last active killer. Each person was assigned an initial target, and once they were successfully taken care of, they inherited their victims. So once they shot somebody with a water gun who was their target, they got their target's target, and it just keeps going on and on. But throughout the whole game of assassin, everybody has to continue their whole daily life on the farm. So people would hesitate to go on kayak rides together, spied on their targets, and formed secret alliances. That sounds so fun. It literally feels like I'm in the game about to play assassin with them. And the game of assassin is going to be played in honor of Claire. So that was the basics of assassin, and now I'm going to tell y'all the actual rules that were said in the book. Well, number 1 is gameplay is 24 hours a day, gets no sleep. Number 2, gameplay only occurs outdoors. And number 3, nothing is to interfere with the wedding events. I'm so excited. Let's get the game started. We got more Wit and Meredith scenes. Hold on. I'm going to read the whole scene to you. He already knew that it was her that ran into him when they were on the ferry. She said, I'm sorry, it was an accident. I wasn't paying attention. I was just on the phone. Your ex, Wit finishing for me, grinning his crooked grin. Grinning his crooked grin? My cheeks are hurting from how much I'm smiling. The book says he laughed, lyrical like his voice. They have become partners for the game. I'm on page 44, about to move into Monday, which is chapter 4. The rules of their agreement is that they'll tell each other information about people on the groom side and on the bride side, and they'll be their go-to source. They won't tell anybody else, and if they hear each other's names going around, they will let each other know. They also shook on it, so it's a done deal, bestie. I stopped at chapter 4, and we are currently on our first day of assassin. And even though the girl's sister died, it's not so much of a sad book. I think we will stop by Barnes & Noble, and I'll probably buy this book. I'm really liking this book a lot, so I want to have my own copy of it. I'm gonna do a bookstore montage because y'all deserve that. We're besties. We need to go to the bookstore together. I am, like I already told you, on section 2, which is the first day of assassin, and she has found her sister's arsenal. It talks about how much of a baddie her sister was. Like, her sister was the baddest girl on the block. During assassin, she said that she had this huge water gun that was strapped over her chest. I'm gonna read it to y'all. She said, the Super Soaker had been her favorite. She liked to intimidate, to send people's paranormal through the roof by walking around with a flashy water gun slung over her shoulder 24/7. It's neon orange and electric green color combination warned everyone to watch their back. And I love that so much. I really, really wish that Claire was living in this book and we got to see more of her, because Claire is obviously my absolute favorite. Like, her personality and just the way she is about books, about reading, about the bookstore, and about traveling, and about the games that they will play and the places that they will go. She just seems like the type of person that you want to just hang around for fun. I love Claire, and I am honestly heartbroken for her that she has died. That's so depressing. I'm really hoping we could go to Barnes & Noble and I can buy my own copy, because then I'll be able to show y'all my highlights and stuff in the book. Oh, you guys, please drop your summer book recommendations down in the comments, because I've read so many of the ones that everybody's recommending. The only one that I haven't really read that everyone has been recommending is Every Summer After. But everything else, like It Happened One Summer, Actor A.G. Brown, Hook, Line, and Sinker, I've read all of them and I love all of them. So I'm about to lose my mind. Let me read this scene to y'all where Wit and Meredith are talking to Michael, who is the groom, and Wit was like, oh, we've met. And Meredith made quite the first impression, and it says, Michael's jaw dropped, horrified. I shot with a glare. He smirked. I'm sitting in an empty parking lot, screaming at a camera about fictional characters. So sounds like I'm living. Sounds like I'm living, honestly. You guys, I love this. We are on page 53. I said we like I'm not reading by myself. She just found out that Wit's weapon in the water gun fight is a Gatorade bottle. I'm gonna read it to y'all. It said, the Gatorade bottle was Wit's weapon. Shrewd, sly, and something no one would suspect. He was clever. I love him. I really rate romance books based off of the characters, because if I don't like the characters, I truly don't like the book. For example, The Unhoneymooners. Currently at the mall, I read some more, and Meredith has made her first kill, y'all. We love that. She did so good. And that was on page 54. I cannot explain to y'all how obsessed I am with this man. It's not funny. I'm about to pass out. I can't deal with all of this cuteness in public, you guys. She is in his room. He told her that she can take a nap there since he's doing all his yawning and stuff. Well, let me read it, y'all. She said, oranges, I murmured. My shampoo wit murmured back. I love oranges, so you love me. Secured the goods, guys. I'm starting my own personal copy so that I can annotate it, and I reread the dedication, and I think that this is actually based off of a true story from the author's trip to Martha's Vineyard. Right now in the book they are tubing. We love that for them. And Eli is driving like the boat, and Whit has made his first kill, an assassin, y'all, with the water bottle at the photo shoot. He's so dramatic. Like I was telling y'all, they went tubing and Meredith fell into the water and she got hurt. And she said, is this what it felt like? Is this what it felt like when she was hit? It needs to be revealed right now why Claire died. Right now. I made it to page 91 and I don't know how to feel right now. Okay. Luli, she's giving me a vibe that she doesn't like Wit because of Meredith. The way Meredith treated Luli while she was with Ben is why Luli doesn't like Wit or her talking to Wit. I understand that, Luli, and personally I feel like Meredith could be doing a lot better. I do. I feel like she is hanging out with this guy more than them, and they care about her more. No offense to you, Wit. It's just the bare bone truth, bestie. I want to see Meredith do better. Like, what would Claire think of this? I'm just finding out how Claire died. Hold on. Yeah, Claire died from a drunk driving accident. And Claire was in the driver's seat. Guys, so I'm gonna read to y'all the scene where she decides to use the super soaker. I'm on page 104, and on page 102 she said Claire will also say that the mission called for the super soaker. And then on page 104 she said Daniel glanced over at us. The super soaker now aimed straight at him. His eyes widened. Nicole was like, run, Dan. The book said, but it was too late. Watch this, Claire, I whispered and pulled the trigger. Yes, that's what we're talking about. I'm on page 109. I just want her and Luli to mend their relationship so bad. Like, can she go hang out with her for once? I actually like Luli, and I want them to be besties again. We don't like this tension going on right now. You guys, I'm on page 116. We just got to this part where Meredith is talking about the night that Claire died, and Sarah had just told this story at the dinner that they were having, whatever it is. And she brought up a story about Claire and Meredith, like, talking about how salad is rabbit food and all of that. And it's just like, it's just ironic because that same night Claire died. Not the time or place, Sarah, but thank you for that nevertheless. Just made it to the part where we find out who had Meredith, and Ian had Meredith. And Ian was literally right there getting out of the water while they were at the beach, and Meredith is standing there. I'm stressed. Yeah, what's funny is that Whit's father acts just like him. One thing I hate the most is when the love interest is introduced and the main character starts ditching their friends, and just that's their whole life just revolves around that person. Like, why is Meredith doing this? It's bothering me so much. And I really want Luli to call her out on it. I really do. I'm gonna put stars around that whole page when she does it, because I just feel like Luli's gonna snap. I feel like she's gonna snap. I feel like she's really gonna tell her something about herself, and Meredith is gonna be very embarrassed, and I can't wait to see it. So they had their first kiss, right? I couldn't even focus. I truly just wasn't feeling it at all, because she just straight up ditched her friends to go be with him. And that bothers me on a personal level. Y'all don't even know how much that bothers me when a character does that. It was cute, I guess. So I've been telling y'all how much I want Luli to confront her, and Luli does. And guess what Meredith said? She gonna say how she was just using Whit for assassin. Really? Like, out of everything she could have said at that moment, that's what she said. Y'all, Whit assassinated her dad. She gets his name in assassin, and then the same day he starts calling her killer. I don't get it. I don't get it, and it's stressing me out. What are you doing? What are you doing, Meredith? What are you doing? She said, while I avoid Ian, my target will be doing most of the work. They'll be out there having fun, but the more people they take out, the fewer I'll have to deal with when the time comes. Why are you talking to him about this, Bessie? He straight up asked if he was her target, and she told him no. Why does she lie so much, man? I don't know if I told you, but Meredith gave Whit the super soaker, and now Luli is just finding out that he have it. Luli confronted Meredith again about Whit, and she said he's gonna break it, you know. He's gonna break your heart. Don't count on me to be there when you need help picking up the pieces. Am I gonna cry? Just finding out that Whit knew Claire.
Y'all Meredith done been assassinated.
I'm sitting here like, the book is written about her. Obviously, she gonna win.
I'm on page 259. We just found out that Whit's real name is Stefan. If y'all know, at the beginning of the book, when they were having like these flashback kind of things, Claire said that Meredith's husband will be named Stefan. I'm on page 260, and I get why Whit is upset that Meredith didn't tell him that she had his name, because he didn't tell her that he met Claire, but he getting upset that she didn't tell him about a game.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Y'all, they're having an assassin showdown. Absolutely fantastic. That was so good. And by the way, Whit obviously won. Alright, you guys, I've made it to the last 50 pages, so I'm gonna time-lapse me reading it. I'm gonna read the epilogue.
I'm gonna pull myself together.
And then I'm gonna come and let y'all know all of my thoughts on the book.
Alright, you guys, I just finished reading The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. And let me tell y'all, from start to finish, this book was absolutely fantastic. One of the cutest books I've ever read. I absolutely loved every second of it. If you are looking for a perfect summer read, pick this book up. There are so many great summer scenes. Like there's picnics, there's water balloon fights, there's water gun fights, a lot of swimming, there's tubing, they're going to the beach. A lot of people read in this book, so there's a lot of bookworms in this book. The epilogue was absolutely everything. The epilogue wrapped everything up so well. The characters were so lovable, but they were also so human. Nobody was perfect. Everybody had their flaws. Everybody tried to do better. I also would like to say that I really enjoyed how Claire's death was dealt with in this book. It wasn't overpowering to the fact that the book was sad, but it wasn't minimized. It was obvious that Meredith was still grieving and everybody was still grieving, but they didn't let that become their identity, and they tried to move on from it and still live their lives to the fullest. Oh, not only did this have such a good romance, but it also has so many good family moments and friendship moments. Like the family and the friendships were just as important as the romance to me. I love this author's writing style as well. It was very simple, straight to the point. Just an overall fun book. I was just interested in all of the characters. Most of the time with romance books, I will only be interested in the couple, but this book I was interested in the grandparents, in the cousins. It's been getting more popular because it is summertime. If y'all are looking into reading it, y'all should definitely read it. And if you have already read the book, comment down below your thoughts. Who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? How much did you enjoy it? I will see you guys in my next video. I love you all so much. Have a great day. Bye.